What's going on, world? Welcome back to Malik's Water Garden. This is probably the most difficult video that I've ever made in my entire fish keeping career. I've actually suffered a huge loss in the last week and a few days. I picked up 13 new zebra plecos. I actually bought 15 and I traded 2 of them to my friend for an adult pair of breeding discus, which are not here yet. And the other 13 ended up coming to my house last week Friday, and I wasn't home the entire Saturday or Sunday, and pretty much most of Monday I was out of commission because I was worn out from my activities on the weekend, and I ended up losing 4 by Monday night. By Tuesday night the death toll was 7, and now we're sitting at 8 dead. I have 5 that are alive. They are doing well. I'm pretty hopeful for the remaining 5. They have been alive for a few days now in a new tank, and I have been dealing with the secondary issues that they've contracted since the initial problem. Now, where did I go wrong? What did I do? And how did I screw up so badly? We'll be looking at all that in an upcoming video. I can't talk about it because it's quite difficult right now. This has been an ongoing thing for the last little bit, and now the deaths have stopped. So mentally I'm a little bit in a better place today, although I did have to remove some dead ones a few days, I think yesterday. The rest have not died since the last 48 hours now, and they did catch a secondary ick infection actually, which is now getting cleared up. So the 5 that are alive, they are doing much better, and the ick has cleared up quite a bit. And so we'll be looking at all that in the next video, but I'll just say the few things that went wrong. I think 1, I didn't listen to myself. I didn't listen to my advice that I give to you guys all the time. I got eager. I got too excited. I just want to bring the fish home, which was really stupid of me. I didn't listen to my friend who owns the pet store, who told me to leave them at his store for a few days. I didn't do that. I didn't listen to my friend Jason, who imports most of my fish for me, who told me not to pick up the fish for at least 2 weeks before their quarantine. I didn't listen to my other friend, who's a prominent zebra pleco breeder here in Ontario, who called me personally and said don't pick up the fish for at least 2 weeks because they're probably not stable yet. I didn't listen to him. I didn't listen to myself, my own advice that I give to you guys. So all of that. Then I brought them home in a day that I couldn't devote my time to them, and I wasn't gonna be here for 2 days after. So I could have waited at least till the Monday instead of bringing them home on the Friday, but I didn't do that, and which actually probably was how I lost so many. Now, having said that, they did have some other issues as well, which are I didn't notice. I wasn't here. I didn't deal with it, so that increased the losses. And here we are a weekend, 2 days later. I'm down to 5 fish out of 13. And so hopefully I will keep these 5 alive, and I will update on them for you. And many of you might be wondering why I picked up new fish when I have my breeding group here that are spawning, that are actually just getting ready to spawn again. And there's a lot of activity. It's September, and I'm expecting a lot of spawns this month from these guys, and hopefully some fry for 2020. Now, having said that, why did I pick up new fish when I have so many adults that are ready to spawn, and I even have some grow-outs and whatnot? Because I like to have genetic diversity, especially for these guys. They're not wild caught. All the fish in Ontario are related to each other, essentially. So having fish that are imported is better. I asked my friend to import some for me, and he did. And he wouldn't tell me who the breeder is, but like that's his secret to keep. And that's because it's obviously a business for him. But I do want to find out who the breeder is, just so I know whose fish I have. Now, having said that, because they were genetically different from the fish that I have in my fish room, I was too eager, and some of them had thin line characteristics. They were not thin lines themselves, but they had a lot of reduced markings and thinner markings. So that's why I really wanted them, and I got a really good deal on them. So got arrogant, thought that everything's gonna be fine. I brought them home like every other time, and here we are 9 days later, 8 fish less, and it's a huge loss. I mean, for me personally, the financial aspect of it wasn't too bad, because these fish are literally bought from money I made in August by selling fish. I sell quite a bit of fish, and I make quite a bit of money from that, and all that money I made in August essentially went into buying these particular fish, my new Rio Artabapo Ultims, and some of the other corridors and stuff that I picked up this month or in August. So you've probably seen all of that. If you haven't, highly recommend checking those videos out. Now, having said that, for a regular person like yourself, most of you guys that are keeping these fish as a hobby or breeding them for the purpose of a hobby, and you are investing money out of your own pocket, this would literally be the end of your Pleco keeping career in terms of investments, because once you lose this type of money, it's really hard to come back and invest more into getting new fish that are of the same price range. So a lot of you guys would literally be done keeping zebra plecos if this were to happen to your first purchase. So this is why I'm making this video. Aside from being totally transparent, I also want you guys to learn from mistakes, so you don't make these type of mistakes. So we'll be looking at that in detail in the next video, so stay tuned. I'll turn off the filters and I'll do more of a better video. I wouldn't just be half-assed sitting in front of the camera. This is just not gonna edit this too much. I can't really even see myself watching this over and over trying to edit it, because it's quite difficult. I haven't even spent a lot of time taking care of the fish. I mean, I have been doing the bare minimum, like feeding and making sure everybody's good. All the fry boxes have been changed and cleaned and fed and all that stuff, but aside from that, I haven't spent a lot more time in here doing water changes or anything like that, because when I'm dealing with if I'm dealing with a disease, I don't like to do water changes or anything, because I don't want transferring of the disease and all that stuff. And secondarily, mentally, it's quite difficult when I'm losing fish for me to actually be positive about anything other than just getting the bare minimum done and not spending too much time thinking about it, because otherwise I can get stuck in my own head, which is not healthy for somebody like myself. So having said that, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody that's been supportive of the channel, you guys are all awesome, and I'm sorry I haven't updated a video in the last few days. This is why. Now you guys know. So bear with me. More new videos are coming up, and I will be looking at these guys and how to cure the ick and how I did that, and also my friend who actually is the one that helped me cure the ick for these guys, because he ended up taking 2 of the fish home, and one of them got severely covered with ick, and he ended up curing him, and he essentially told me exactly what he did, and I followed the same procedure, just a different medication, but essentially the heat's what cured it. It's 90 degrees in here, so we'll be looking at all that in the next coming videos, so stay tuned. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I love you all. Stay blessed. God bless you all.